Hey, I invited you in my broadcast. It got really crazy. Like really
Okay.
crazy. Oh my god, it was loony toony.
Michael, the things, Michael, I'm gonna be frank with you.
Yeah.
Last when you were in my stream, I was
Yes.
talking. Hey, please don't interrupt again. I was talking and you were interrupting me, and then I said, "Can I finish?" And then you just said, "Boom, you can talk for yourself," and you just jumped out. I think that it's fucking rude, Michael. I'm sorry to say it, but I think
Okay.
so.
Okay. I get that. I understand.
Because Michael, communication is about being understood. And if you're not understood, then you're not communicating. And if we want to be understood, then we must have a dialogue. Then we can't have a monologue.
Okay. Is it okay if I talk now for a sec?
Absolutely, Michael.
Is that okay? Um, I had the same conversation with Milton, and I basically said that's your interpretation of what you think the situation is and the way you choose to react. So, one thing I love about you, you have an iron spine and you are not a jellyfish. You're tough. I love that about you. Like you'll go toe to toe, and I really respect that about you. But individuals that are on here that want to be coddled and forgiven, don't be on here. Move on. And everyone's going to have different opinions. And I mentioned you, and I said, look, I said JB and I, we fight every week, but we always come back and we talk. And it is what it is. I said certain people trigger each other, and I said I think it makes for good programming, but it's not necessarily great for your relationship. And he came on and basically told me what my religious beliefs were. At least that's what I interpreted. And I told him, you have no idea what my beliefs are, and for you to assume what they are is being disrespectful. I felt like in the conversation we were in, you wanted to hear yourself. So I was like, okay, go ahead. Just run and
No,
ramble because I needed to start a broadcast. And then I was hoping that you were going to stop this one and come and join us. And I kept waiting and waiting, and you never came because I think it would have been
Michael,
gold.
you are so optimistic. How could you believe that? After you just bitch slapped me like that? Come on, Michael?
There was no bitch slapping. I invited you. I even
Yeah,
said to you in the
Michael,
broadcast, I said, listen, I said,
Michael,
I
please.
have to do a
You think
broadcast.
you can get away with everything, Michael? You think you can get away with murder? I was.
Murder, she wrote.
Listen, I am not interested to hear my voice. That it be yes. I just wanted to tell you what's interesting because I heard this lecture about I want to connect to what you said about multiple universe and
Yeah,
string
yeah,
theory,
yeah,
and
yeah,
and this is an authority about this at the Uppsala University, and
yeah,
he took an A4 paper and he did it like that. He said, "This is the universe, and we have
yes,
several parallel universe, and they can't connect to each other." And I just
yeah,
found it very interesting. That was just what I was
yeah.
about to
But
say.
I really needed you in that broadcast. Like I wanted you there. I'm serious. I wanted you. You would have been the perfect contrast. It would have been
Michael,
Apps Gold. You were the piece I was missing.
Michael, show me some fucking respect, then,
It's a two-way
Michael.
street, brother. But see,
Definitely,
yeah, but
definitely. I'm
you and
showing you
I are
respect, Michael.
listen. You and I are like brothers that beat the shit out of each other and then go, "Hey, let's go to the bar." Yeah, that's who we are. That's our story. At least that's what I thought. I didn't think you would, because I know you're a tough guy. I know you have the iron spine. There are a lot of jellyfish on this network. So you know what? I think of the world of you and I defend you all the time. And I even brought you up in my broadcast. And I even invited you. I don't know if you noticed, but I invited you as soon as I went into the other. And I
Michael,
thought
you are
I thought he'll be able to get all the air out of him he needs to get out, and then he'll come up and we can discuss this.
Michael, you are
Yeah.
such a Jesus figure.
I'm just a what? I want to hear this.
You're such a Jesus figure.
But I only have love for you. So, and I'm
I
sorry if
know,
you.
Michael. You wanted to have me because you want to have a continuation about our discussion. And I don't
No,
want to.
I
I don't
wanted you
want to
to
kill
address
the
Milton's
sweet
behavior.
circus, Michael.
I really did. I wanted you to address because I felt like there's Milton's, and if you want truth, okay, there's Milton's opinion, there's my opinion, and I felt like yours would be another wonderful flavor. It's like we're going to give them a buffet, right? So when we get the three of us, I feel like it's this wonderful buffet. So I don't know what you missed here, but you missed the grand opportunity, and there were so many people, and you really could have made an impact. And I mean that in the greatest way. So I hope in the future, if I invite you, I see an opportunity for us. So, you can be mad at me at the end of the broadcast, but this isn't about us. This is about the greater good. And you being there, you
Michael,
being there would have been awesome.
Michael, I know that you're an opportunist.
Yes, absolutely. I know when the landscape needs something, and we needed you. We did. We needed you today. I did. So I'm sorry if I pissed you off.
Michael,
And you know what? That's my own loss. That's my own
Michael,
loss. Yeah.
Michael, you are
Hmm.
very slick. You know that, Michael.
I'm
You,
very
you,
what?
you, you are very slick. You know what you're doing, Michael. And I wonder, are you paving your own way, or are you trying to pretend that you're also paving the waves for others? Because I think you do that. You want to help other people, and I love that, Michael. But I think
Thank
you
you.
also view that as for as you we I can use your word here, for a greater cause, because
Greater good. Yeah.
what you're doing, if you are helping people, then
Hmm.
this platform will grow, and that will benefit you also.
It benefits all of us because we're part of the collective. So if I invite Banana, Mr. Milton, would that upset you?
No, 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 no.
Can I invite him? Okay. I,
No,
I'm
sure.
I'm just saying hello. But oh man, it got heated. It was crazy. I lost my temper a little bit. And I
Michael,
needed you. I
Michael,
needed you like I've never needed you before today. And I
Mi-
kept I
Mi-
kept waiting. And I swear to you, I kept looking, going, come on, come on, get here.
Michael, I think you are extremely strategic. Isn't that correct?
Hey, was Milton here? Milton, are you can we discuss more stuff? Not in a crowded room? And are you okay with that? I don't want to take over your room. I just felt like you missed an opportunity.
Sure. Yeah. It's
Is
never
that
crowded
okay?
in my room unless you come. Okay, so I invite Milton then.
Are you okay with that?
Welcome.
I don't
Yeah,
I don't
sure,
want
sure, sure,
if you
sure,
feel like you're
sure.
being
No,
manipulated, I
no,
don't
no,
want
no,
that.
no.
Okay.
If I feel that, I just take a different approach to it.
You can
Uh,
rush and flush me anytime. That's a great thing. You've got that remove button. You just go, there you go.
Michael, I don't like revenge. That's not me.
No, no.
One thing that, let's see if I can find. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck! I wrote in the
You want
wrong
me to help
name.
you? Do you need help?
No.
You got to hit the little snowman.
Yes,
You gotta
yes,
go.
I am there. I'm just looking for Milton. I wrote in the wrong name.
Okay.
I I wrote Chiquita Bananas.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I like to
Now,
say, all right.
okay, Milton, you're invited.
Milton. Yay, Milton.
JPKA. All right.
We have Bruce Willis here. Yeah, without the MF.
Yeah. You can't do
Milton, that
that.
was a
Not,
really good broadcast, buddy.
not suitable
I
for
told
it.
JB he missed an opportunity. It was perfect. That will be something people watch for years. That was a good one.
Michael, you have a little bit of hubris. You know that.
For 90% of the people who don't understand what that word means, you better explain it. And that's where you come
Right.
off as
That is
pompous.
so sad.
Because the average
And
person doesn't know. You know what they think you're saying is hubris, and they think that's between their legs. So be careful.
okay, and I think it's strange, but because in Sweden it's a very common word, and we joke
Yeah.
with each other when someone is doing something, and you say, "Oh, you got some hubris," and that
Okay.
means basically that you think that you are larger and more important than you are. It
Thank
is
you.
your own
Thank you.
self-respect.
God bless you. You're right. You're right on target. You got it, man. You got that. Larger than life. Man, you've never read me better. Okay, so here's what we were chewing on, and you missed out. Grand opportunity. We were
Yeah,
chewing on you have to have a spine to be on this platform. And if you're upset about what people said about you 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, you're not going to make it. And I wanted your opinion on that, and you weren't there. You were playing with your buttons and the levels and whatever you're doing in here. You missed a grand opportunity. So nobody's watching this, but at least we can discuss this, and maybe we can discuss this in the future. We'll call this the dress rehearsal.
sure.
But we had an audience. Like, you missed a grand opportunity. It's like you could have been with
Always
your
listen
soulmate
to the
tonight, but
voice,
you let your
your
emotions
inner voice.
dictate. Never let your emotions fog your judgment. Always look at the grand scheme of things. I think he's saying I'm full of bull. Do you see the picture there? Okay.
Always listen to the voice,
So what do you think, sir? Do you
your
think you
inner
need to have a
voice.
spine
I
on here?
I always add that. That is the most important. When someone say, listen to the voice or follow the voice, I always say, definitely follow the voice, but don't follow me. Follow your inner voice, your own
Okay.
conviction.
You didn't answer my question though. That was beautiful. I feel like I was with Bill Clinton. Because they asked Bill Clinton one time, they said, "Did you have sexual relationships with these women?" And he went, in 1953, I was in this convertible and we were driving down the road, and it was a glorious day. And it was one of the best days of my life. And I reflected. Next question.
I
Hey,
don't
Michael.
have a, I don't have a round office, but I might take you to the cigar room.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
I did not have sex with that woman, Lewinsky. No, I did not. I did not
I
have
did
sex with
not.
her.
My
No.
cigar did. My cigar did. It wasn't me. That cigar had a good time. I had nothing to do with that. It was nothing. It was, yeah. Poor Monica. She got a book out of it. So what I
Yeah,
want this to do is be an educational piece. Is that we're friends first. We have heated moments.
Yes.
I had already had a heated moment with JB. I guess I'm hubris, and I assumed that he would see the grand opportunity and come in the room. I wanted him to come in because I feel like us three are a deadly combination. Like, we could not find three individuals more different and yet somewhat the same. It's fantastic. And JB
Agreed.
knows how to poke the bear. You know how to poke the bear. It's good. He's full of bull, as you can see here. We love it. He's got his horns up. Someone called did you see what they called me? A porcupine. And I was shooting quills.
I think we three could create a circus, but what circus it would be
Hmm.
could be a circus of hell, and it could also
Or
be something very spectacular
yeah, and help
and
people.
for the bigger cause. It
Yes.
would be a great TV or program, as we should
Yes.
say.
Yeah. I think we should once a week chew on two or three topics, not anything long. Let's do like 20, 30 minutes and stop it. We just do that subject. And it can't be about hubris. It's got to be about and it can't be about what we did 20 years ago or 20 minutes ago. I want us to be present when we do it, if we can possibly do that. We also love banter. and we love to twist things. At least I do. And but Milton, people will watch that forever. That was fucking awesome. You did great. That
Well,
was
well,
that
Listen,
was
he,
gold. That was Habs
listen to
gold
him, Milton. Listen to him. People will watch this
forever. And you know what
forever.
happened to JB? He was playing with his
Listen,
buttons.
listen. This Canadian bulldog. You think he is creating history? And
He's
I
right.
love it because it's so bananas.
Yeah, banana. Hey, you be nice. That's my friend.
Yeah, but I
Yeah, you
wasn't
be nice to
talking
Mr.
about
Banana.
Milton.
That doesn't
If
sound right, does it, Milton? Sorry.
that was just a coincidence that Milton was here. I would have used that word anyway.
Yeah.
Bananas.
uh,
Joy was good, but if we could have had you in there, JB, as well, oh my God.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
we could have slammed it.
It was good. I think it was like a 7, but it could have been an 11 with you there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It could have been like Kiss. You know, they have the 11 dial.
I,
It might have been too much
I,
for
I,
most.
I know, Michael. It's like the Richter scale. There is no peak. It can just go as high as possible.
Yes, like the very like climatic, you know. But you were here playing with your buttons. So when I so what I got to do in the future is we need a code, and I'll type.
Cold,
I know you
cold
hate me.
red.
I no, listen, hear me out. I know you hate me, but you need to be here, and you'll know that you're missing a moment.
Michael,
Yeah, that'll be
you
your
have to
code.
you have to bring me some more followers. I'm sitting here in a fucking basement and talking for myself on this.
You
uh,
could have changed Hap's history tonight. No, he has no idea. We had everybody going crazy. Oh my God, the comments were nuts. We couldn't keep up. It was wild. It was gold. It was absolute
but
gold.
Michael, I think it would have been a fight. Uh,
It wasn't a
to,
fight. It was
it,
just a
it would,
but you
no,
No,
wouldn't
it
it would
wasn't a
have
come.
fight at all.
it would have been a fight about who's gonna have the microphone, and and I
No, no.
I know
I
I
was
know
very
Michael.
respectful, wasn't I,
My
Milton?
yeah, but
No,
but
Yes,
but
you
Milton.
were.
Mil,
Yes, you were.
but Milton, he's an extremely nice guy, and look at Milton. He's shining like a light bulb, and he's so what do you say, humid or
Did you
what do
like
you call
that?
it?
He's called me humorous. You're a nice guy. I don't know what the hell I am. He's got a bull
And
up there.
and
I'm
and
begging him to come on my broadcast. He has not answered one question I've asked him.
I know.
and
And we're
Milton
talking
is
about
so
Monica Lewinsky.
Milton is so submissive. So it
Oh,
would
don't do
just have been
that.
you and me to fighting about the microphone. And I know you want to be on the top, Michael. You want to be on the top.
It's always kinky with you. Why is that? You just need to calm
I-
down.
I- Maybe it
You
was
know,
different when
it was. I was
maybe
telling. Just hear me out.
maybe it was.
Milton, was I
Listen,
not
no,
respectful?
fuck, now I'm talking. Maybe it was different when you were booking the strippers. I
Yes.
don't
Oh,
know.
so
You were on
I
the
love it.
bottom.
I love it. I love it. There you go. See, this is Habs gold right here. But it could we missed an opportunity tonight, but that's okay.
I was listening to your stream and someone said
You were
something
there and you
and
didn't
then
come up.
and no, not this stream, another stream, and then you said, "Oh, I forgot where was I now somewhere," and you were about to tell the story about the strippers, how you were
Yeah,
booking them.
I stopped
Yeah,
myself.
and then you
It was
lost
about
it.
Michael Bolton. No,
So
it was Michael
please
Bolton.
tell us about the strippers.
Okay, well, it's a
Hey,
do
hey,
you don't go.
I'll be right back.
I knew he's leaving. He can't
You
bear it. Okay. He can't bear my story one more time. So back in the day, this is quite a few years ago. This is before Michael Bolton was a recording artist.
Yeah,
And he wrote How Am I Supposed to Live Without You by Laura Branigan.
yeah.
And at this time I was at a party and he was dating a dancer at the time.
Mhm.
Someone I knew, absolutely stunningly gorgeous. I think she was a redhead, if I remember correctly. And this would have been maybe 86, maybe something like that. And he had done a rock album, and it did nothing. He even made a joke and said he sold 4 copies. It was bad.
Okay.
So I was at this party, and he's saying, I wrote this song and I wrote that song. And I was like, you are so full of shit. You haven't written anything in your entire life, right? So I went home and I looked up everything he said. And I went, oh God, he's either telling the truth or he's the greatest con man of all time. So then about a month later, I'm watching Much Music in Canada. And who is on the TV? Michael Bolton,
Mm.
promoting his first solo album. And I went, I need to have more faith in people.
Yeah.
That was the story I
So,
was going to tell.
but I thought you were gonna say something about the strippers, because I can imagine, Michael,
Mhm.
that you had a lot of acid on the sherry.
What did he say there?
A lot of asset.
Acid?
Acid, a lot of
Acid.
acid on the sherry.
Do you mean ass or acid? Or
Acid,
both? Yeah.
acid.
I don't know what he's
It's a
saying.
Michael. It's a metaphor. Acid.
Is
Something that has a high acidity. Acid.
Oh, okay, we're going back into the perverted realms. He never did answer my answer. Okay, so I've answered your questions respectfully. Do
Yeah.
you think it's important to have a spine in this and not worry so much what people think? Can
Uh,
you answer that?
yes, I will answer. It depends what you mean with spine. Do you mean integrity, or do you mean to be able to handle things and not just
To
fall
withstand the
down?
beatings, to withstand the
Yeah.
beatings, the terrible things people say. And
I think to be able to survive, we need that.
yeah, yeah, it's tough out there, man. People are mean. And as the audience grows for us, all 3 of us, we have 3 major contributors here, as far as I'm concerned. And tonight we missed an opportunity, but maybe in the future, us having this meeting, we will be able to. Milton, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
Is
I was going
Milton
to wait till
there? I
you
thought he
finish.
was frozen. He's frozen on my screen.
Should I drop down and come back?
No, you're
I
fine.
don't know.
What I'm saying there, is there any merit of truth there that it's important to be
Well,
tough?
the thing for me is I was on Periscope, and so
Crazy.
I don't bring that up because you always thought I loved Periscope, but I didn't. But that
Mhm.
was my only history.
Right.
But anyway, the thing about Periscope is that yeah, I understand you have to have a spine, but there are certain people that you come to know and love and trust, and
Yes.
you think certain things about those
Yes.
people. And so when something goes awry with those people, that's the only time I have a problem. But and thus I just don't like sulk away and don't say anything about it. I believe you
Yeah.
should bring it up to that person.
So, and I'm not stirring the pot here. I'm just trying to give an example. So that night that
Hmm.
we had light chat with Colin, and Edward and you kind of hijacked the broadcast, and we had to shut it
Hmm.
down and start again. And
Got it.
Edward basically blocked me for a few weeks, was so mad at me, and it was just I missed Colin. I hadn't seen him. He was going through some stuff himself, and he couldn't handle the drama that day. And I was trying to be respectful to him. And JB and I, as much as he likes to pretend that we are not the same, we're very similar.
We're not.
We're very similar. We are. And I respect him because he has an iron spine. And he'll go toe to toe with me any day. And he'll sucker punch me in the neck, and he'll do whatever he's got to do to win. And I love it. But I
Michael,
told him I told him
I'm a soft cookie,
see
Michael.
he gets mad when I interrupt him, but he constantly interrupts me. Like,
Hello, sweetie. Hello, welcome.
hi, sweet
Hey,
pea.
hey, Hey, Michael. Hey, Michael.
Yes.
The funny thing about
Can
that
you
conversation.
bring Sweet Pea up, because I want to explain something to her what happened the other day.
And I
Yeah.
think you should apologize to Sweetie Pea also, because she felt that she was stuck in the middle. She didn't have a clue.
Yeah, well, she needs
So
to know all the information, and we can do that here. There's
Okay.
less
Well,
eyes
well,
she
here. Go ahead.
said
Sorry,
no.
Milton.
I,
Go
well,
ahead.
what,
I don't know if it was no to do.
JB, can I say something
Okay,
to?
he said, don't
Okay.
don't do it, Michael. You don't have to talk about it, but we can bring you up anyway if you want.
Yeah,
Um,
but I
but
want to
but
explain that situation to her while
but
I
but
can. She says I
but but
can't.
any-
Okay,
Okay,
sorry,
but
yeah,
but
Milton.
but
okay.
but anyway, Michael, um, when I was on that broadcast that night, I had no idea of your history with Colin. I had no idea he was going through things. I had no idea even what the purpose of the scope was, because
Right.
because at that time I was less than a month into being on
Yes.
HAPS, and so I didn't bring up the topic of COVID, and even Tony was on that broadcast, and I was just like biting my arm, my wrist, not wanting to say something, and then I got into it, and then it went too far between both of us.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I didn't know the situation when the broadcast happened with Joy. I didn't know
Hmm.
who she was. I had no idea who she was.
Yeah.
And was I wrong? Yes. But the thing is that I
Hmm.
I had I mean we're talking a month and a half ago. I've only been on HAPS a little over 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not doing the blame game right now. I just want to address this thing with Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea, I've been told that there is zero tolerance on that subject directly. So I'm just,
Mm.
and that's why I shut it down so abruptly, because I had already been told. So
Can I hear
I'm
the subject?
no,
No,
I,
we're
I,
not
I
allowed
can't,
to
I
talk
can't,
about it.
I can't talk about it.
And,
It's like Fight Club. You do not discuss
and,
Fight Club.
and the thing was, what Leslie's saying, she didn't know about what topic it was. Therefore, she just felt that she was kicked out. That's why. And she felt very hurt.
Yeah, and that was wrong of me. And I hope you will understand. I think if you knew the full scope of it, you would totally understand. But I can't. And we should talk face to face, like maybe Facebook or something, where I can explain it. But and that's the problem with this. It's very limited now what you can say. We're Periscope. Oh my God, you could air your laundry. You could poop on your laundry. You could air it again, and nobody was going to come and knock on your door and go, no, 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 don't do that. So I'm held at a higher standard, I think, and things are expected of me. And when I don't meet that level, and even with my work, I have to be very careful, like incredibly careful. And I've been reprimanded many times, trust me. And I've had people mad at me. So, in that, Sweet Pea, I would do nothing ever to try to harm you. I was trying to halt that fully. And that was a knee jerk reaction based on fear. That's all it was. I think that's the nicest way of saying it. So please don't take it personally. Yeah, it has
Yeah,
been.
and I said it. I think you felt you had to protect your ass because you had too much to lose, Michael.
Sure, I'll go with that. And I'm hubris and puberous and all kinds of things. It's all good.
No,
But
no, no,
where?
Michael, don't fucking don't twist it that
See,
much,
see,
Michael.
look, see, he's jumping on me again.
No, so don't twist it. I just said.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a piece of paper
Michael,
and I'm going to write down every time you interrupt him. He's still interrupting me. Here, I'll give you 30 seconds and I'll have 30 seconds. How about that? You go.
Milton,
Ale-
say something.
Alexa, set an alarm for 1 minute. Alexa, cancel.
My Alexa starts. You can't talk.
Go ahead. You've got 1 minute. Go.
No,
And then I'll have 1 minute. Go.
I'm good.
No, you're
Do you
not,
want to
because
see?
you keep going over me. So just speak what you need to speak. This is why I left last time.
do-
You,
Michael,
I
come on. Michael, do I have to repeat myself last time? And everyone can go and check the replay because it's the same fucking stream that is running. And I was speaking, and suddenly Michael just interrupted me, and I said, "Can I please finish what I was trying to say?" And then he said, "Yeah, you can talk for yourself," and he left the stream. So, Michael, that was the opposite. But let's not go there. Let's peace and love, Michael. Let's embrace each other and our differences, and let's make this a good thing,
yeah.
a good and nice, exciting journey
Are
together.
you open to not interrupting me for a minute? I just need 1 minute.
Absolutely.
Can you do it?
Sure, sure.
Okay, I just need 1 minute. Okay.
Mhm.
Maybe 30 seconds, actually. So the subject tonight, what, Alexa, stop. Is that you? Okay, it stopped.
Yeah, yeah, it was my Alexa.
Yeah. We were discussing basically just difference of opinion on, some of the things in the universe. That was it. And tonight I got paintbrushed, I thought, misinterpretation, I guess, of I was a Christian and all these other things, which is fine. And Sweet Pea said the energy is running high. It's running high for everyone. But some great things have come out of this HAPS in the last week. The engagement is through the roof, but the viewership is in the tank. It's really
Yeah.
bad. It's 30% of what it was. Okay. JB, go. You got a minute, buddy.
No, I'm fine. I'm
You're not
fine.
fine when you keep interrupting me.
Come on, Michael, drop that attitude. Come on. What do you mean? I was just, please, come on.
Like
Can't
a,
we? Can't...
like a discussion is the discussion. It is. And I'm okay with giving, I can even give you 5 minutes. I just need a minute from time to time. I
Yeah,
find
it's
it
no
if you don't
problem.
agree with me, you railroad me.
No, 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 Michael. Michael, I feel misinterpreted by you extremely, and I feel that you sometimes you don't see yourself either. How you take over conversations uh, when you're speaking to people.
Do you want to add more? And then I can rebuttal. Do you want to say anything, Milton? Let's be fair, because he did kind of say that you're being submissive. Is that the word? I can't remember what he said.
I,
Well, well, well,
I
well
think
Can,
I said that Milton is a little bit submissive in relation to you, but because you are more dominant than Milton. So sometimes I feel like Milton's voice is we have to let Milton out because you take more in charge. You
okay.
take
So
control.
so so Milton, is a minute enough?
yeah. Well, I don't believe it's dominance and submissive. What I think it basically is that I'm on his broadcast, and so he can run his broadcast the way he wants to, and I don't want to be offensive to him or anyone else, and so um so yeah, I might be a little bit submissive, but at the same time, I still believe that I state what I believe and try to bring that forth. Now, case in point, um, I've never had a direct conversation with Michael about religion. We've had slight conversations. We've delved on it briefly. He told me about his dad, who was as I think the word he used was militant atheist, and he said things like he asked his dad, how can something come from nothing? If sorry if I'm uh, putting words in your mouth, but that's what I thought you said. And so I didn't take that bait because I didn't want to go there at that time. So I'm just respectful of him and his broadcast, I just don't want to hijack it and take it into a place where I don't know if he intends it to go.
Yeah. Okay. So Milton, you get a minute. You can rebuttal, and that way we're not interrupting each other. Is that fair? And I'll just give you the timer.
I think it's fantastic. This was the first thing that Milton has said, and he only got 1 minute, but it's good.
Do
Do
you want? Do you
do you
need
know
more?
it? Michael, yeah. Can
You
I have 30
interrupted me
seconds?
twice there.
Can I have
Twice.
30
Three
seconds?
times.
You asked me, do you need
4
more? I
times.
thought you asked me.
Do
Sorry.
you want a
Oh my
minute?
God. Sorry. Sugar with sugar on the top, please.
Can you answer the question? Do you want 1 minute or 2 minutes? What do you want? And I can do it for you.
I want
Hey,
30 seconds.
Hey, Michael, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
When somebody when somebody has a minute and they make their statement,
Mm-hmm.
should we give a minute for rebuttals from the other two people before we go into the other person talking, or just go into the other person?
What if someone doesn't feel like they need to discuss that? We don't need to waste time on it. But if JB needs 5 minutes, I'll give him 5 minutes. But don't interrupt.
And if you don't finish your time, let's say you finish after like 50 seconds, then you have 10 seconds as a deposit. So if
I'm
Michael
not.
feels that he wants to
I'm
talk
not
a
doing
little bit
that.
more,
I'm not doing
then you
that.
can
Just how much time do you
then,
need? How much
then,
time do you
then
need?
you can borrow him 10 seconds. I'm joking, Michael. Come on.
You interrupt me repeatedly. It's ridiculous. And then you call me the same. You're the kettle calling me.
And now he's playing this game here.
It's no game. It's I want to hear you.
Okay, one minute. Do you know in therapy, and this is a very good thing, and I'm talking to all of you who have problems in your relationship and feel that your voice is not being heard. Then you take this little teddy bear and you hold it in your hand, and then you talk. And while you hold this teddy bear in your hand, then the other person is not allowed to speak. So when you are finished, then you give over the teddy bear to the other person. So, Michael, the teddy bear is yours. Peace and love.
No, you've got a minute. Go.
I'm done. I'm
Okay.
ready.
Milton, do you need a minute? I'll give you an extra 10 over that. Go.
Can we stop this charade?
Go ahead.
No, I just made a statement a minute ago, and I spoke my piece, and
Okay.
that's a Southern term. Sorry about that, JB.
All right.
But
So,
anyway, no.
do you need a minute? I just need 30 seconds.
Um,
So, when some Milton, go. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, go ahead. I wasn't trying to talk.
Okay. So I just need 1 minute. Just we'll do the 13 seconds here. So we don't need to interrupt each other at all. We don't need to call each other bulldozers. We'll just be respectful in the time. They've had to do this in debates. You know that, right? Because people just railroaded each other. Okay, here we go. I won't even need this much time. So when someone interrupts you 3 or 4 times within 10 seconds, that is zero respect. When you ask repeatedly for someone to come up into your broadcast because you feel like this would be great exposure for this person, it's bad. When you ask respectfully for someone to not discuss something and they proceed, you're basically endangering the other person. So we have to be careful because words are weapons. That's it for me. Who wants to go next?
Well, here's the funny thing about me. I don't know I know JB and I know you,
Yes.
but I don't know the dynamic between you and JB, because this is the first time I've ever been on a scope with you and JB where you guys are talking like this. So I kind of feel like I'm out in left field, not knowing the past history of what you guys are sharing back and forth, if that makes sense.
Yeah, JB.
Michael, you said three things. First thing you said about the topic, and then you said interrupting, and what was the third thing you said?
We were talking about that subject we can't talk about.
Yes. But that I said first. What was and then
I
was
don't know.
interrupting.
I don't know.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
But you were criticizing me. So and Michael, I don't agree with you because yes, I think we should treat each other with respect, definitely. And you are criticizing me for interrupting you, but it seems like you don't realize that you are doing that constantly, not only towards me, but only towards other people in the show. So and then you're painting me as the bad figure. So I think that accusation is not really fair because we shouldn't throw stones when we are sitting in a glass house.
Michael, can I say something about that?
Of course.
Tonight, when you and I were talking and Joy was there, you asked Joy her opinion, and she went, and I think that's when she talked about the porcupine. Okay. Um, and she was only like 10 seconds into her comment, and then you took it over and just started talking. And then I said, Michael, Joy was talking. Now, I'm not saying I'm not guilty of the same thing from time to time. But I think what you're accusing JB of, I see many times on your broadcast, and that's all I'm saying. I don't mean
Correct.
anything by that.
No, I totally agree, and that's why I think the timer is perfect.
Yeah.
I think it's a great tool so people can be heard. That's all. Yeah, because it's mental wrestling. That's what we're doing at times, which is not what I wanted. Tonight, I felt like we had an opportunity to really make something phenomenal. And we let emotions dictate the art not being done, which really was sad. Because there was a divine moment tonight that could have really been magical.
Michael, now I remember what it was. You
Sure.
said that I was being disrespectful because I didn't join your invitation. That was one of the three things, and I addressed that to you before Milton came into the stream, and I said, Michael, the way you behaved towards me when you just left the stream, and then you think that I should. Oh, I got an invite. So funny to come to Michael. Michael, this has to be mutual. If you want to have me in your stream, then you have to treat me with respect also, and I will respect you. It is a mute. It has to be some kind of a symbiosis, the interaction between two people, and yeah.
Milton, do you want a minute?
No, I'm just listening to you two guys because once again I'm learning about more of your two history, and so
Yeah.
in the future in this conversation, then I will be more in the context than I was before. So
I love Anita. She says, "You old fogies, all arguing
I saw
here."
that. The funny thing is, we're not arguing.
Yeah.
We're just discussing.
Yeah. We're conversing.
Yeah.
Is this live? Of course.
Do you need a minute, sir? I can give you a minute. Do you want a minute? Who wants a minute? I'll take a minute. I don't need a minute. I need 30 seconds, but I'll take the minute.
Go ahead.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, here we go. So, here's what happens when we discuss stuff. Unfortunately, we don't really listen, and I'm guilty of this.
Yes.
We don't really listen. And what we're doing is we're doing clever anecdotes of what we're going to say instead of really listening and being present. And tonight I was sad because I really felt everything was aligned perfectly. And, there was a sense of disappointment in me because JB and I are like brothers. We really are. And we poke each other. And I think some of the things that he sees within himself, I reflect to him. We're like a mirror to each other. And if I hurt his feelings, I know he can take it. He's a tough guy, and I respect him. He's got a great brain, and I'm very lucky to be his friend, and I hope that continues. My time is up.
Michael, can I say something?
Do you need a minute?
30,
No,
30
I'll give you a
seconds.
minute. There you go.
Uh, I was on your broadcast about 2 weeks ago,
Mhm.
and you asked me what broadcast on HAPS are you enjoying? Okay,
Yes.
and I think that was even before the new
Mhm.
app. I don't know. And I said, well, I've enjoyed Blazing and I've enjoyed JB. And you said, when I said JB, you said, really?
I was shocked.
Yeah, because I love JB. Him and I have, uh, as he said earlier, a symbiosis. I really enjoy. I mean, he makes too much coffee, but I like him though.
Are you done? You're good?
I'm done. Yes,
Okay.
I'm gone.
JB, do you need like 2 or 3 minutes to rebuttal that? What do you need? And I'll give it to you.
I don't know. I think 30 seconds.
I'll give you a minute. I think that's fair.
Okay.
Okay.
I find this interesting, Michael, that you are acting as a moderator, and I noticed things that I'm saying to you, and you are sensitive also, Michael. You are way more sensitive than what you show and what people say to you. But there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Because I noticed that how you responded. But I think and when you appointed yourself as a moderator, then you still take that role like you want to be in control, and nothing wrong with that. And it is a good way to have time, uh, a special time frame to speak. But I think we should be able to listen and communicate without having this format. And
Do
I
I
hope
need to
this.
add another minute? Do you want another
Yeah,
minute?
do
Hey,
that,
hey,
please.
hey, Michael,
And I
really
think
fast,
this
really
will
fast.
be, and I think this is a constructive conversation, and I appreciate it. And I would also like to address Milton. Thank you so much. That was sweet words, and I like you too, Milton. And I like both of you. Peace and love. I'm
You
done.
still have 37 seconds, sir, if you want to.
You can borrow that to a
Yeah.
discount rate.
What can I say something real fast?
You can. You got
And
24
I'll use
seconds.
I
And I'll add a minute
um,
if you need it.
Vanita wrote, Milton, blink if you're in a hostage situation.
Mhm.
Okay, ready?
Do you need another minute?
No, I'm done. I just wanted to read Vanita's
Yeah.
post. So
So, what I like about this, I'm going to take 1 minute here, if that's okay. When we don't really listen and we're not present, and we're just doing clever anecdotes to wrestle with someone, we're not. And I notice with us doing this, it's forcing us to listen, which I love.
yeah,
So I want JB to be happy with the situation, that he feels like he has enough time. And I find if you do this exercise, and I've had to do this with my family because things get so heated in the past. And I'm talking like when I was a child, this is the only way we could communicate. We'd have to have 2 minutes or 1 minute. And it usually ended up sometimes in crying because we were holding so much anger and we didn't know how to disperse it. But today, there was such a grand opportunity for us to make a difference. I've already gone over a minute. Do you need the time, JB?
We will give you 1 minute extra. Milton and I will approve it. Is okay, Milton?
Okay,
Hey,
thank you.
JB, don't speak for me, man. I'm kidding.
No, I said, is it okay?
I said I was kidding. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but the 1 minute rule. That's so true. But I think it's a great exercise, and they do it in a lot of political debates.
Mhm.
And it's because it forces. But the thing was, I don't know if you've ever watched them. The people still interrupt. And then they have to penalize them, right? We just need to be present for each other, and we don't need to have bullhorns running around in the background, which is yet another form of control. See,
Oh my
we are
God,
the same
Michael,
beast.
fucking interpret everything. Do you know what I used to say? I used to say, and I said it so many times in my stream, just because you have the ability to interpret something in a negative way doesn't mean that you have to or should, because otherwise we are creating war, and we shouldn't do that. And so therefore,
Yeah.
I happen to take down this. So maybe this is better. Michael interpret everything as being bullied. Is it a bird better? This is a beautiful Swedish owl.
I
Look
love
at
that.
that.
No, it's Harry Potter, he says.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's so funny. That's so funny. Nazim's art. Nazim had today some nude art
I
on the
saw that.
broadcast. Yeah, that was fun. Um, does
I
anybody
didn't
want to come up
expect,
and do the 1 minute game? James, do you want to come and play the 1 minute game?
Michael, I
Oh,
didn't expect that you were going to play the victim here.
no, I'm trying to have where we can listen to each other. That's all I'm doing this for. That's
Yes.
it.
Hey, Michael, can I have 1 minute?
Of
Yes,
course,
yes,
Can
yeah.
I have 1 minute?
but
Who wants to do the
so
first 1 minute?
okay,
I do.
just 5 seconds, Milton. No, I just
I'll
referred to
give you a
because
minute. I'll give you a minute.
because you sure, whatever. because you accused
Does
me for being
anybody?
a bully. You accused me for being a bully, and you were interpreting this beautiful Swedish cow that is now walking in the landscape up in the
Mm,
north as some
yeah.
kind of that you were targeted. Come on, Michael.
Okay. Do you need another minute? And then we'll let
Done.
me done.
Done.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So Milton,
The
how
previous
many?
was very kind.
Okay, it's Milton now. Go, Milton.
Um, I, I just want to be a little sincere here. In the past year plus, my wife has been gone for 250 days of that year. And it's been the hardest time of my life. My mother in law, who was more of a mom to me than my mother is, she might die soon. And so what happens means to me is I'm just not sitting here alone in this cabin by myself. And and so I really do appreciate your friendships. And I'm sorry if sometimes I'm a little too gruff. I think that mostly was early on. I'm trying to be better on this app. But anyway, I just really do appreciate your friendships because you guys are actually helping me get through this without you even knowing.
Thank you, Milton. I think you are one of the persons that I like very much on this app because you are genuine and you are kind, and I feel for you. And I'm sorry about that you feel the way you feel. And I
Thank you, my friend.
appreciate the words. And yeah, this is how we build camaraderie. by understanding each other and
Yeah.
communicating.
You got 35 seconds, buddy.
I'm done. I'm done.
Okay. Okay. So the people in the comments, if you've noticed if anybody has been interrupting, please just tell us who is, because we're all working through this as an exercise. And if you feel like certain individuals are interrupting, and if you also feel like that someone moving the bowl around in the back is respectful while someone's talking, please put a 1. If you think it's incredibly ignorant, put a 2. And if you think, number 3, we're being too sensitive, that's fine. But this has been a great exercise for us to listen to each other. I'm sorry you're going
Thank you
through
guys for
this,
letting me
Melton.
share.
Do you need a
Thank you
minute?
guys for letting me share that. No, I'm fine. I'm just saying thank you for letting me share that.
Yeah. Does anybody else want to come up and play the minute game? Anybody? Nobody? I love hugs.
Michael, can you tell me what was so fantastic about the previous show or stream that you said that you really wanted me to be a part of, and that you were
Yeah,
disappointed I didn't
sure.
pick up?
The energy was
Wow. So
perfect.
yes, and what was the topic where you thought that here JB could have contributed?
We were talking about being resilient and about forgiveness. Like, I don't really believe in forgiveness. I believe that we basically make it a mindset of where we can tolerate what has been done to us, and that's so we can keep our self-preservation. I'm not a big believer of religion in the sense of what, the dogma part. And I felt like I was being spoon fed, and I was wrong. I don't know in the replay, if people watch it, they'll have their own opinion. But it was a really deep, wonderful conversation. Joy came in, and you would have been, it's like when you have a pizza and there's 2 toppings, you could have been another 2 toppings to a great pizza. And I just feel that you're so wired uniquely that you could have got the rest of the audience that don't resonate, don't vibrate with Milton and I and Joy. And we missed an opportunity to go ahead.
And JB, what I misunderstood about Michael, and once again, I'm reiterating to you, Michael. Sorry about that. I know Michael is not a Christian. I never thought he was a Christian. But what I assumed about Michael is that he believed in forgiveness, and that was my wrong assumption.
Yeah. I believe we cope. I'm not a big believer of forgiveness at all. And I don't believe there's a timeline on the things that we do. And we
Can
can
you
pretend.
elaborate on that, Michael? Forgiveness. Why don't you believe in forgiveness? And what kind of forgiveness is it that you
Well,
don't believe in?
well, he
Go
asked
ahead,
me,
Melton.
Michael. The thing is that for me personally, I don't believe that. Okay, say if I killed somebody tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that my actions. I'm held responsible for my actions, and so there's no doubt about that. But the thing is that the family of that individual can forgive me. And so what that means is to me is not that they
Mm-hmm.
forget that it happened. It doesn't mean that I can't I'm not going to be held responsible for that. But what that
Mm-hmm.
means is to the individual, I am no longer viewed um, at not at fault. That's the wrong word. I'm no longer viewed. They look beyond that and see
Mm-hmm.
me for the person that I am, not the person that made that bad decision in that moment.
Right. Okay. Vanita, do you want to come up and address forgiveness? We'll give you a minute.
Michael,
You
can
can,
you answer the question? I originally asked it to you.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Why
I
you
thought
don't
I thought you
believe?
said Milton.
No. I'm happy that you answered also, Milton. No problem. But Michael, why don't you believe in forgiveness? And how do you define forgiveness? And forgiveness from who?
Well, I only wanted to address one part of it. And I find that when you ask a question, you layer it, and I don't want to layer it. And I'm just going to share my opinion of what forgiveness is to me without the layering. Forgiveness to me is more for me. I have to forgive so I can move on. So really, forgiveness is not forgiveness, it's acceptance. So when you have to accept, what I do in my head is I'll say, do I want this person in my life? If I do, then I have to accept where they are on their journey. And if I don't accept where they are on their journey, I need to move on. And when you just blindly forgive, that is just like us all having a hug fest for no apparent reason. You have to be accountable. So if you come into a broadcast and you're drunk or you're stoned and you say things you don't mean, you're accountable for that forever. If you put a bull in the background and move it around disrespectfully while someone is talking, you are responsible for that action. And you can make light of it and you can pretend it doesn't show that it's disrespectful. You might as well put someone up there who's grossly overweight with a bikini on. It's the same effect. You're basically saying when the person's talking, I don't care. That's my opinion. That's it. And it's just an opinion. And it doesn't
Yeah,
mean it's right. And this is what we talked
yeah,
about. Just because my opinion's my opinion, it doesn't mean it's right. It's just where I am
yeah.
in the current moment. And I wanted you to chew on that because you're out there and I'm out there and Milton's way out there. We're all out there together, but we're on slightly different frequencies and different pathways, and we blew it. We had a great opportunity to really affect people. And what we did is we played with buttons in the background because our egos got hurt. Do you need a minute?
No, yes,
I
definitely.
actually
You
have to go to the
bet.
bathroom. I'm so sorry. I'll be back.
Okay, but then I will wait. I will pause my minute here.
Hey, JB, I've got to go to the restroom too. I'll be right back.
All right, sure. Don't forget to flush, guys. Bring that timer back. Yeah, JB, I'm here to talk to you. I don't have to go to the restroom. That is lovely, James. You want to come up? I forgive you for having to pee. JB, what's up there? Det här, I was about to answer in Swedish because the name of this bird is, I only know it in Swedish. It is an owl and it's called in Swedish fjäll, uggla. And uggla means owl. And fjäll is the mountains up in the north of Sweden where you have the tree border that is called fjäll, meaning that at a certain altitude you don't have any trees on the mountain. But that is about changing now due to the climate change, whether you believe it or not. So now the trees that has never been high up before is moving higher and higher up. It's early morning there, 6:30. You are absolutely correct, Vanita. Yeah, they are moving the tree line, and that is due to the climate. So, fjällugla, that's the name. And I don't know, maybe you have a similar kind in the States also, I don't know. Yeah, 6:29, but we we accept 6:30 also. It's a beautiful picture.
Hey, Michael, how's it going? I mean, JB, how's it going?
All fine, all fine. Yeah, it feels like Michael, he is squeezing out the last part. I don't ever know 100% what started all this, so I think it's best if you just stay out. If I just stay out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
I-
you really didn't know either, Milton, because
no,
you
I didn't
said
know
that
either. No.
you were grasping it more and more, and
Yeah.
that was related to a stream where two people got flushed, and it was quite done in a rude and irrespectable way, and it was me and Leslie P. So
yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
You know,
and
and I will say this when Michael comes, and I will say this when Michael comes back. But yeah, I think I mentioned. There's Michael. Let me see. He was there for a second. Um, but anyway, you know, to me, forgiveness and Michael, I'm sorry you just came right back into this, but um, I think I said this the other night. When I was a kid, my sister sexually abused me. My cousin, male cousin, sexually abused me, and
wow.
and the thing about that is that did they do that? Yes. Do I still remember it? Yes. But when I meet them, I don't judge them by what they did 20 years ago. I judge them for the person they are now.
Wow.
And so the thing is, to me, that is forgiveness because so many people who've been sexually abused have nothing to do with those people who abuse them. And so that forgiveness isn't for me. It's that I have faith that they are better people today than they were when they abused me back 20 years ago.
Mm.
And and
Mm,
and and and, and, and so to me, that's what forgiveness is.
mm. Yeah, I agree.
It's not that they didn't do it;
I
they did it.
yeah, yeah. I would like to exercise the minute that I paused before Michael went away. I believe in forgiveness. I believe in forgiveness in the sense that if someone is sincere and really mean that they are sorry and then that they regret themselves, then I believe in forgiveness. But it has to be mutual also. And I also believe that we should judge people who they are today and not who they were, as Milton said. And there was something else connected to what Michael said. He said about forgiveness, or you said acceptance, you said, Michael. And it was more for yourself. And I agree with you in the sense that we shouldn't just forgive for the sake of it. It must be genuine. And also those people who call themselves Christian and talk about forgiveness and that they love everyone and still they are favor of capital punishment. I think that is such a big contradiction and that is so much against the scripture that they worship.
Do you need another minute, sir?
No, 15
Okay.
seconds. So I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
then you can question the integrity because that is hypocrisy. Okay, I'm done, Michael.
Okay. So I'll put that there. So I'm in a huge disadvantage when I'm in this room because I can't see the body language or the face of JB. And because of that, I can't read him properly. So he's at a huge
Yes.
advantage right from the get-go. So I can't see, and I can only misinterpret what he's doing. Where if I saw his face, he may be saying something and it might be just him being funny. But because I can't see him, I think I'm more prone to misinterpreting what he's saying,
Mm.
right? And I totally agree with you. If you blindly forgive, you're an idiot.
Yes.
And I only have 5 seconds, so whoever wants to go next can go. Would you like 2 minutes or 5 minutes, Milton? Because yours is a lot deeper than, like, me and Milton. It's like two brothers wrestling, on the carpet and then going, "Do you want to go for pizza?" Like we're fine. But
Yeah.
I really get like
Yeah.
you're doing some soul work here. Eh, Me and Milton, we're just shooting shit, and we're good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Milton
Well,
knows that I don't stay mad at him ever, because it'd be like
no,
me being
no.
mad at myself.
Yeah. But the only reason why I brought that up is because I wanted to emphasize what forgiveness is. It's not about me, even though I'm involved.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about not judging a person for something they did years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just it's and Michael, and if I misunderstood your definition of it, and when you said you come to grips with it, if that wasn't the term you used, but I think that's comes up to it. But to me, it is so much more than that, because when I look at my
Mm-hmm.
cousin today, I don't see the guy who sexually abused me.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not going to go off into a room by myself with him again, but or you know what I mean. But at the same
Sorry, I
time,
shouldn't laugh. That was funny the way you did that.
no. But at the same time, I just don't allow my mind to go there.
Mm-hmm.
I want to believe that he is a better person than he was 20, 25 years ago. And for all evidence that has been presented to me, he is that.
Mm-hmm.
And so the funny thing is, of course, he's homosexual. And when I was a Christian, I where I'm going with that. But the thing is that I've come to accept who he is. And I don't hold him responsible for at that time. And that's all I have to say.
Milton, do you want to address that for a minute, or are we all talked out? We good, or is there anything else you want to discuss? But do you see how
No, no,
you're at, and JB? Do you see how you're at a disadvantage now because you can't really see what I'm doing?
I agree.
Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
really
It's a
do.
totally different experience.
Yeah, I understand, and I'm sorry, but yeah, I really don't know how to respond to it. But it is just like I don't want to be complete, and it's not that I'm trying to hide my body language. And sometimes I'm joking. I said it is because I am so fugly. I say, but it's more like I don't want to be totally out there for everyone to know who I am. So it's more like that. And I think also it's not so interesting how I look. It's more what I am communicating when we are having a dialogue. But I understand what you're saying, Michael, that yeah, you want to see the person also. Is he genuine or is it just pure BS
Yeah,
that is
yeah. So, and here's what I could do while you're on your broadcast, right? I could do this.
But Michael, you still want me to come into your stream,
Oh, because you
Michael.
add value. And because you decided to play with buttons today instead of helping people, you missed an opportunity.
Michael, should
Wait,
we label that?
There.
sarcasm or irony. You can choose. For me, there's a discrepancy there, or a difference. For me, uh, sarcasm is irony that is a little bit more mean.
There. So, this is the way it should be when we discuss now, because then we're at equal opportunity, and I can be giving you the finger. I can be doing anything. You don't know. So it's
Yeah.
it's a huge disadvantage not to be able to read my body language, and that's why gamblers wear sunglasses.
Yeah, I know it's ridiculous. Then you are very. I view that as a sign that you are very insecure as a poker player if you wear sunglasses.
Oh, I think it's brilliant, honestly, because if someone can read body language, they'll know what you've got. If they're good, if they're really good, oh yeah, they'll know what you got, because you'll do body cues, right? But
Mhm.
I think from now on, I just do that. I just do that, and then when you're on, I just do this.
but Michael, you know how I look like if you have followed me on Instagram, which you haven't.
Hey, Michael, can you see my feed?
Yeah,
Hey, Michael, can you see my feed?
I see your feed. Yeah,
Oh, guys, you are funny.
yeah,
It's all good. It's all good. It's all
yeah. So Vanita wants to come up, but you've blocked her, Milton.
No,
And I think
I,
she wants
I
to talk about forgiveness, and she's one of the greatest preachers I've met. She's fantastic. Does Rick Costa want to come up as well for him? Well, as long as they abide by the 1 minute rule, I'm open.
good.
But it's not even my broadcast.
what I love what
That's
what I
correct.
love what Rick Costa what I love what Rick Costa said. He says, and often those who do the abusing were abused themselves. I've never abused anyone ever, but yeah, a lot of people who have abused were abused. Yes.
Michael, if you feels like I don't know how to
Yes,
say it.
sir. Yes.
It is like the show must go on. You have that format. You want to create it. You want to push it out.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da, ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-da, ba-da-da-da-da. Ja, that's true.
There you go. Do you see the disadvantage though? Do you get it now?
I get it, Michael. I
Yeah.
get it, Michael.
And I said
It's
this to
shut it
Lenny
down.
as well. I've said this to Lenny. Listen, I really respect you to be able to talk to you and not see you, because 90% of the individuals, I would not do that. If
Mhm.
you're not willing to show your face, I will not give you the time of day. So this says a lot about how strong your mind is for me to be willing, because to me, as soon as I step in here, I'm at a disadvantage because I can't see your body language. And I don't think Milton has ever looked better than he does right now. What do you think?
Michael, you are only in a disadvantage if you view yourself in that way.
Anybody that's in the conversation right now, or anybody that's in the replay, do you feel that if you're in a broadcast and you can't see that person,
My
that you have a
God, now you're
disadvantage? No,
gonna turn the audience against me, Michael. That's not nice.
no, I'm
You,
wanting
you-
consensus. We are
yeah,
going by the gospel of you, and I don't think your gospel's correct.
but I noticed that previous you asked for a voting regarding bullying, etc.
Hmm.
It's
I
sometimes
never
it
said, but I
feels
never used the term bullying. Never
sometimes it
used
feels
that
like
term.
you
You used that
want to
term.
bring the audience against me, Michael.
No. Okay, here we go. We got to go back to here because we clearly have not learned anything. Okay, so
Let's magistrate the peasants. You fucking peasant.
all right. Thank you, folks. I'm going to beam
Michael,
out.
wait, Michael,
No.
please, Michael, please. I was joking, please. I was joking. Don't leave as you did. I love this conversation. I love talking to you. I love talking to Milton. Please, let's continue. I apologize if I offended you, Michael. I sincerely do. I'm sorry. It has never been my intention to do so. I'm sorry.
Well,
And
okay.
when I said something, I know you can't see my body language. I'm sorry for that. But when I said something, I said it with a glint in my eye. And unfortunately,
But I don't know that.
yes, I know. But I apologize if I hurt
So
your feelings, if I
no,
stepped on
no.
anyone.
But again, you haven't hurt my feelings. It's self-preservation. It like if you don't know what's going on, right? It's like if I'm talking to you through a wall, like a door, and you've got a gun at the door, I don't know that. Do you see what I'm saying? Like you had a huge advantage in this conversation, especially someone like me who's intuitive. Like right now, I will not mess with Milton. Milton is not in a place to be. That would be cruel. That would be cruel for me to even remotely go at him right now. That would be I would be pond scum. But I don't know. You could be crying right now. You could be naked. You could be a woman. I don't know. I have no idea what the situation is. I'm going in blind. And I for a moment am joy. I really am. I don't know. But at least with
Well,
Milton right now,
well,
he's
Michael,
saying more right now than he's done all night with his body language. Would you agree in the comments, people?
well, Michael. Here's the thing. I do want you to know that I was a woman. No, I'm kidding.
Well played. Well played. Yeah. I'm not bullying. I'm just stating what my opinion is. And you know, there's an old saying, like everybody has an opinion, right? It doesn't mean it's right. And we talked about this before, and I just I think we could have had a lot of fun tonight. We blew it. We blew it.
So, Michael, there's more trains coming to the station. Let's
I
jump
can't
on.
even see the train though. That's the problem. I don't even know the train's coming down the track when I'm talking to you. I don't even know.
Okay,
Go ahead.
are you ready, Michael? Are you ready, Michael?
Yeah.
Ready, Michael?
Yeah, go.
I hear JB's train a coming. It's coming around the bend. It's coming around, and I just don't know when JB is gonna show his face, and
Tug
we're gonna
is.
say hello.
So Rick, would it be okay if Rick came
Uh,
up?
Absolutely.
Sure.
I was thinking of the same song before you sang it. Folsom Prison Blues.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sure, we invite Rick, of course, of course. Does he want to come up?
He's laughing. I don't think he's digging the rhythm. James, do you want to come up? Can you play the 1 minute game? We
James
can make
said
it a
he
2 minute
didn't want
game.
to pass. He said he didn't want to come up. He wrote that in the chat when I asked him.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Rick Costa wants to come up.
Sure. Okay, and I'll just do the timer, and you guys can talk to him, unless he asks me a
No,
question directly.
I happened to invite the wrong person. How the hell do I uninvite?
Hey, Michael.
Yes, sir.
Lenny just invited me to her. She just invited me to her broadcast. I think she's trying to spare me, but no, I'm fine here.
Thank you.
I would
Thank you
love to
for
see.
giving
I
me
would love
the
to see
honor.
Lenny do 1 minute broadcast.
Yeah, I
That
know.
would be a miracle. I would love that Tell her I'm open to doing the 1 minute dialogue with her any day of the week if she can abide by the rules.
Do you see the Haps thing right there? Connection to Twitter has failed following account Rick Acosta.
It's okay. He'll still come up. So,
Okay.
JB, you have to hit the button again to let him up in the waiting room. And I'm not trying to be. He's got the blow up again.
Stop it. Stop it.
Oh my God.
Don't play the victim here. Oh my God. He hasn't accepted yet, so.
Okay.
My goodness.
He's gone back to the computer screen. Okay, back to the owl. Okay.
He's here, sir. He's in the
Is
waiting
it?
room. Yeah, you just click it.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm clicking manage stage. Come on. All right. Let's see where we have.
Are you in the back room to click it?
Yeah, I'm in the background. I'm clicking it. It's just the touch screen is not really responding. I'm clicking on it.
That's too bad I couldn't click it for you. And we don't have management controls. Oh, here he is. Good. Hello, sir.
Is he?
Hey.
Hello, sir.
Are you open to playing the 1 minute game?
So the 1 minute game is you just talk for 1 minute?
You get to talk for 1 minute, and then JB talks for 1 minute, and he doesn't interrupt you. Nor do I. Or does Milton.
Sure.
And you can't interrupt anyone while they're on for the minute.
Seems simple enough.
Okay. So is there anything that was said tonight that you would like to chew on? Because you've been watching.
Yeah, I'm one that loves to understand the whys and the hows and the why do people think the way they do. And forgiveness, of course, is a big thing tonight. So for me, my experience was I had my dad extremely physically and mentally abusive towards me. Not sexually, nothing like that, thank God. But so definitely forgiveness was a big deal for me. At one point in my life, I had to just, get to that point. And the thing with forgiveness for me though is if I see somebody, or if I'm continually letting that thing roll in my brain, I'm giving you real estate in my brain to continue to hurt me and harm me, like letting that thing keep rolling around and rolling around. And I don't have time for that. I got too much to do, and I'm not giving you that permission nor that power over me. You could be sitting the Bahamas having Mai Tais on the beach, having a great time, and I'm going to sit here continually thinking about that pain and hurt. No, I refuse to do that. I'm not doing that. So it's not forgive and forget, but it's just like for me, just let it go. Like just let it go. Like it's done. Like if I see you again, okay, I'll remember you did that. But I'm letting it go, and try it again and see what happens. But you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna allow you to continually live in my brain like that and continually let that hurt propagate and continue over and over and over again. I just let it go. I don't forget it because I have a brain that remembers. I literally can't. But I just let it go, basically, if that makes any
5
sense.
seconds.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm good.
Okay. So JB, do you want to chew on that? And we'll give you a minute as well, sir. Or Milton? Is JB even there? JB, don't put pigs in the background.
Well, I agree with everything that Costa, right? What's your first name again? I'm sorry.
Rick.
I think I remember you from Facebook. I mean from Periscope a little
Periscope, probably Periscope, yeah.
But anyway, the thing is that I do agree with everything you said, but at the same time,
yeah, Milton, do you need a minute? Do you want a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Okay.
Yeah. But to me, forgiveness isn't just about me. It's about having faith that that person isn't the same person they were when they made the offense. And until proven, because if someone said in our current culture, in the council culture, if someone says the N word, okay, then people, they're canceled and they are defined forever by that one moment. And for me, I don't think people can be defined by one action or one moment. I think that we should be forgiving of people, and that we should define them by who they are now, not what they said or what they were years ago.
Mhm.
I'm
5
done.
seconds. You're done. Okay. JB, are you ready?
I don't know if I have so much to contribute regarding forgiveness than what I said before,
Mhm.
and I agree with Milton.
Do you want? You can bring up
People-
another subject if you want. We can talk about putting pigs in the background while someone's speaking. If you want to discuss the benefit of that, that would be great.
This guy is phenomenal. You know that?
Or maybe you have a really good picture of yourself from way back when. You could put that on the screen.
Yeah, I can show you that. Well, that is what's that? 3 years ago or something.
Perfect. That's way better than the pig.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the pig, it was just an Instagram slide, and
It was a random event. Okay. So I can see we're keeping this serious. We've all become 5 years old. So you heard all the subjects, sir. Clearly, they're talked out. Was there anything else we talked about that you wanted to address? I'm glad to really meet. I'm so glad to meet you because I've always watched you. I find you
Agreed.
an educated speaker, and you're pretty even keel. I've never seen you like lose your mind, and I've
So,
never seen you put. Yeah, I've never seen
oh,
you put bulls or pigs or anything in the background. I appreciate that.
yeah. I had a boss
no,
once
no.
when I had a
Sorry, go
boss
ahead.
once when I worked in IT, and all the people that were like irate and screaming and everything, they'd say, "Give him to Rick." You can say Rick. You can talk about Rick's mother, and he'll just sit there and be like, "Yeah, whatever." Like that's the way I've always.
Hey,
But
Rick. I also wanted to
yeah.
let you know that I really respect you because I've never seen you wear a NASA shirt.
Oh, okay. I don't think I have one. Maybe I'll have to look for one.
Sorry about that. I digress.
If you give it,
Michael,
you should receive
Mi-
it. Right? That's what I say.
Michael,
Oh, what?
here's
And
another
and now he's
picture of,
threatening me with weapons.
here's another
Shirtless.
picture of me many years ago on a speedboat in Cambodia. We
Yeah.
were on our way to Angkor Wat. It was during that time when Pol Pot was alive. So we had a soldier with us for our safety. And
Is is there any way
it's
that
a
you could show
childish,
us what you look like so we know that that is you?
it is a childish picture. So I borrowed this M16 and his gun, and we just took a picture.
But you're not
Ridiculous.
getting my point. I don't know that's you. I could put a picture up of a black woman and say that's me.
Of course, that's true.
JB, I've
That's
been
true.
to Cambodia many times.
Yeah, that's a cool place.
So
Yeah.
Rick, I'm just going to ask you a couple questions then, because they clearly don't want to play the game. The I'm worried. I'm worried about the freedom of speech for people who are Christians or Buddhist. And I'm noticing things are getting more and more tight. They're not letting people in schools be able to have their own faith anymore. They're not allowed to pray at a lot of places, even in Canada. We're pretty open minded, unless you're in a Christian school.
Yeah, Canada's actually surprising me how I because I've been to Canada many times. I have a lot of family up there every summer, and yeah, I'm surprised the restrictiveness now that I'm seeing in Canada. I'm shocked.
Hmm. How do you feel
Rick,
about? Go ahead. You need a minute,
Rick,
sir.
no, 30 seconds. I just want to say, I would just want to apologize, Rick, because I didn't say hello to you when you joined the stream. And it's a pleasure to meet you and welcome. And I
Uh,
appreciate you being here. So,
I forgive
Michael,
you.
thank you.
Michael, can I address your concern?
Sure. Do you need a minute?
Basic.
Do you need two
Yeah.
minutes? And Rick,
No,
if you
I'll take
want
1 minute.
5 minutes, we'll give you 5 minutes. But it's a way of stopping us because we're bulldozers from
No,
jumping in. We can't help each other. It's crazy.
I asked though. Okay.
Go ahead.
So the thing is that through a lot of the history of America, there was the Pledge of Allegiance and prayer every morning before school. But the thing is that we are a multicultural society, and so being a multicultural society, there are so many different beliefs made up in that, and so um, school isn't a place where we should be promoting religion. It should be a place we should be promoting education. Now, the thing is that if there are Bible clubs, there are pray at the pole. I know for sure because I have a lot of friends of mine who are pastors who make up pray at the pole that meet every year, and so religion isn't void in schools in America at all whatsoever. It's just that school cannot favor one religion over another because we are a government of the people for the people.
Okay. Do you want to chew on that for a minute or 2 minutes, whatever you want? Rick,
I mean,
sorry.
when you're right, you're right. And the thing with Christians, though, and I'll admit this because I see it a lot myself, is they're like, yes, we believe in freedom of speech and blah blah blah, but freedom of our speech. If you want to
Yes.
have freedom to do what you want to do, then guess what? You got to let the Satanists do what they want to do. You got to let the Muslims do what they want to do. You got to let everybody do what they want to do, and you can't complain about it. Because if you're saying we have the right to do this, so do they. So it's got to be equal for everybody across the board. There can't be favoritism. There can't be like, well, allow this one and not that one. No, no, no. If you do it for one, you got to do it for all. Period. That's what this whole country was based on. Why did they leave England in the first place? The tyranny of religion. They couldn't stand that, the rule being ruled by them, and it's our rules, and that's it. So yeah, it's got to be spread across the board equally for everybody. Thomas, guy, show his face. That's it.
That's it? Okay. So I'm going to be like 30 seconds. Whew. So, and I want your opinion because you're not part of this. Do you feel that not being able to see me, so if I did this, not being able to see me, my body language, that you don't get the full representation as seeing me, my body language? I feel as soon as the person's in a room and you don't know who they are, including Lenny P, you don't know what's going on.
Hmm.
And I have a rule, and I'm being honest with you on Twitter. If you don't show your face, I don't follow you.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is, it could be anybody on that picture.
You have to trust your energy, Michael.
Yeah.
Michael, can I have 30 seconds?
Oh yeah.
You can have a
Can I have
minute.
30?
I'd rather a minute.
Bruce Goodman down there, which I'm sure he's a really nice guy, and I respect his belief. He said there's still only one God. Now, the thing is that based upon the fact that we're in America, I'm assuming it's probably he's referring to the Christian God. But the thing is, but who knows? He could be in Africa, he could be in Iraq, or he could be in Vietnam. And so who knows what God he's talking about? But what I'm saying is that when someone says there's only one God, that's nothing but an assertion. Um, the concept of God is non-provable, it's non-falsifiable, and so to say there's only one God, you have to have some evidence to make such a statement.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay. So you gave me shit earlier for hijacking and not listening to Joy. I asked this man directly a question, and it was about, are you at a disadvantage by not being able to see the person on the other side? And I used an explanation of, you go to a door and that person has a peephole and they can see
Yeah,
you and they've got a
agree.
gun on the other side of the door, but you don't know that. And that's what it's like when you're in a broadcast and you don't know what's going on the other side of the door. For me, and I'm just wanting your opinion.
My opinion or
No,
our
not
friend?
Mine. Rick.
My
Rick.
opinion.
Rick.
Got it. Thank you.
I mean, first impression for me, it's not a good look, basically, if I can't see you.
Hmm.
And so I'm going to have to depend on all the other senses besides visual to try to get a feel of what you're saying, thinking, blah, blah, blah. If I can see you, I trust you more automatically. Duh. Like, I'm going to just trust you more because I can actually see your face. Some people, though, are not very expressive at all. Like, you're talking about poker. Some people are not expressive at all, so it wouldn't even make a difference much anyway.
Hmm.
But in general, I am going to trust you more if I can see you. Another thing for me that's a big issue that I can't stand is people using these weirdo fake names. Like,
Hmm.
if you look for me, I am Rick Costa on Twitter, on Facebook, everywhere. I'm Rick Costa,
Yes.
period. That's my name. I'm the same everywhere. I'm not trying to be some fake anything else. You can find me easily anywhere because I'm me. I'm not some weirdo fake name. That's another thing that I have
Hmm.
issue with. But if you do it, you do it. I mean, you do you. I'm gonna do me. So, but yes, you have a little bit more advantage when you can see the person's face. Yes.
Okay. Sorry, this is rude of me. JB, you have a minute to defend
I
yourself.
I feel that you are leading a what do you call it? It's like a what do you call it? Those cross. Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm a foreigner in cyberspace, so it's not easy. It feels like you're leading a crusade against me here, Michael, and I understand. And you made your point several times here during this broadcast. I like to talk to you. I'd like to talk to all of you. But of course, Michael, you don't have to interact with me if that is such a big thing that I don't show myself. Don't want to
Five
stress
seconds.
me.
Exactly. Agreed. And it's already outside my comfort zone. And so for me to do that, that means that I must really be like a moth to the flame. Because there is something that you bring, even with me not knowing what you look like, that has such value. So imagine if you were to come on and show your face and be transparent. Oh my God, how many people could you help? Do you want a minute, Milton?
Well, yeah, something that Rick just said. My name is Donald Newland. I don't care if you know my name. I don't care whatsoever. But I'm Milton Banana because it's the alias of my favorite drummer, Neil Peart. And so that's I think it's fun and I enjoy having that name. Um, yeah, I know it's hilarious, by the way. Uh, oh my goodness, there you go, Rick. Uh, but anyway, I don't care if anybody knows who I am. I show my face, but there are definitely some people who can't do that, and 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 I know what you're going at, Michael, and I understand. I would like to talk to JB face to face, but at the same time, I respect people's personal space, and I
Mm-hmm.
respect his right not to do that.
Yeah, and he has a very valid point. I
Uh,
have I have the option to never talk to him again until he shows his face, and that may become an option
mhm.
if I feel disrespected. So, and it's my own. It's like that saying: if you repeatedly get abused in a situation and you tolerate it, it's like if someone lies to you, shame on them the first time, but anytime after that, shame on you. Like if you let that happen in your
Yeah.
life and that becomes okay, that sends a message to the universe and everyone around you that it's okay to live an illusion. But we all do in some direct way. Yeah. We were talking
Michael,
Exactly.
earlier. Oh, you need a minute, sir?
no.
No, 2 minutes?
Are you implying that you are being abused by me?
Well, if someone puts a pig and then they put a bull while I'm
Oh,
talking.
yeah. Michael, come on. I was looking for a picture, and that was a series of my Instagram posts. Don't take everything so personal, Michael. Please, come on.
Do you know if you have to raise your voice, you don't have a strong argument?
Okay, that's valid. And I can show my Instagram that it
I
was.
just rather you show your face. I don't want to see your I want to see
No,
your
no, I
face
can,
right now.
listen, I can
No,
show you
listen. If
what.
you have nothing to hide, show your face right now.
Can
Just
I
even
Hey,
for
finish the
hey,
5 seconds,
sentence?
and
Can
then
I
I know
finish
that
the
I'm
sentence? Can I finish the sentence, please?
hey,
I
sure.
just wanted,
hey,
I
Michael.
just wanted to
Yes, sir.
show that it was a following a series of pictures where the previous picture to what I was showing was a pig. That had nothing to do with you, and the bull had nothing to do with you. So don't interpret everything in a negative way just because you can, because then this world will become very miserable, Michael.
Okay.
Hey, Michael. I
Yeah.
don't mean to seem like a JB apologist, but I believe your last statement was a logical fallacy. And what I mean by that is if you have to raise your have a strong argument. Sometimes people who
Hmm.
have a strong argument are passionate about their argument, and so just because they raise their voice doesn't mean that their argument is invalid.
Right. But that again is just an opinion.
Agreed. But I
I
think
would, feel like we're being rude, and to Rick, I'm so sorry, Rick.
No, you're
Rick,
good.
Rick, when you
You're good.
brought up the dove or the owl or whatever it was in your picture, that was a comic relief, right?
Hmm.
And there was intention in that when you did it.
Yeah, it was for a laugh, definitely.
Yeah. So if you were to put a pig in the background and you were to put a bull and move the bull around repeatedly while someone was speaking, you would assume, and I could be wrong because it's just an interpretation. Again, we have someone again kind of disrespecting what I'm saying. Now I'm looking at Gene Simmons' crotch. Is that Gene Simmons? Um, and I think he's just trying to
sorry.
lighten the mood. But until I see JB and until I see Linny, I really don't know truth. And anybody who comes on here, because we have so many people who troll and have multiple names and have been caught, and I don't know how they don't know that Haps can't figure out through their their email and all kinds of other things the way they find out. But we are a product of our decisions. That's all. And if we do stuff, and we got to be careful we don't hurt each other. That's all.
Michael.
And I would say to JB, so listen to what Michael's been saying, that he does not do this. He does not talk to faceless people. So the fact that he is talking to you is a big deal. It's a huge deal. So yes, he's pressing you to see his face, because even for 2 seconds, so he knows you are who you are, who you really are, blah blah blah. But he doesn't generally do this. So does he like you and respect you? Yeah, that's what we're saying. It's a big deal for him to talk to a faceless person. He doesn't like to do that, obviously, clearly. So he does like you, he does respect you, but he kind of just wants to see your face for 2 seconds.
I don't think it's a big request. I really don't.
I,
Unless your face is scarred and you're ashamed or
I,
something's wrong, I get it. But I don't know. I don't know who you are. You could be anybody.
I find this so fascinating,
Good.
Michael, because when you came into my stream, you were asking me the question if regarding your spine, as you said, you need to have a spine of steel to be able to survive here, and you can't be a jellyfish or have a spine of jelly. But at the same time, you're accusing me for bullying you all the time, which has no substance whatsoever, Michael. So where is your steel that you talked about? I am not bullying you. I
Uh,
haven't disrespected you. You might call it disrespect that I'm not showing my face, but I haven't disrespected you in any other way, Michael. So that is not true. So please don't accuse me for that.
hey,
That's not fair.
hey, 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 Rick. Can I share something with you, my friend?
Yeah.
I think you'll appreciate this analogy. This almost seems like Moses when he wanted to see God and he saw his behind, he saw his backside, and his face shown. So when JB finally shows his face, Michael's face is going to show. I hope you appreciate that analogy.
No, that's
I
yeah.
didn't mean
I got
disrespect.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Please, no. I'm just really
Can
bad.
you can you promote your channel, sir, before I go?
Who, me?
Rick, sorry, Rick. Can you?
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
yeah. So like I
And
said, Rick.
I would love to have you on my show sometime in the
Yeah,
future.
yeah. You're
And
so
just
often on when I'm working, but yeah, definitely.
yeah,
I'm
if
on every
if
single day. I'm
and
on every
then
single day. Yep. So I'm on every day. Been doing it for 6 years. And when I
yeah.
say every day, I mean literally. I've never missed a day for 6 years.
Wow. That's
Broadcast
insane.
every single day. We're like, what
So
if you're sick? I come on. What? Don't you take vacations? I still come on.
that's
It
amazing.
might
For
be
how
brief.
long? How long do you go on?
Generally anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, usually most of the time.
Yeah. Have you in the
Um,
past not shown your face? Like when you first broadcast, did you not show your face? Did you just, what was it like, just a podcast?
no. It's always
No.
been my face.
Yeah.
Yeah, always show my face.
Yeah. Now, how did you become comfortable with showing your face?
Um, I was never uncomfortable.
Okay.
I just did. I was like, this is what you do. So yeah, I started in the beginning just singing, and then I'd read the Bible, and I'd do it in two separate broadcasts, and eventually I combined it into one, and then it's blossomed and evolved into what it is today. But yeah, I've always shown my face. I feel like, be you, be the authentic you, let people see you, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And unless you're in the what do you call that when they try to protect you from criminals? They put you in that what do you call it program?
Witness protection.
Yeah. Unless you're in that, and that's a
Yeah.
different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you gave me clarity tonight. You really did. You basically said to me, you have to make a decision. You either are okay with the situation or you have to step away. And I think I'm to a point where I may have to step away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From both. Not just JB or anybody for that matter. It just leaves me too vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
JB, do you want to address that?
I think you're talking about respect, and respect has to be mutual. I respect you, Michael, but I think you should also be able to respect that a person maybe not. It can be different reason. The person might not feel comfortable to show himself, or he wants to be private. He doesn't want to be. That he doesn't want to be recognized, and he think it's more important. That's my opinion. I think it's more important what I'm saying, what I stand for, than how I look like.
Yeah. But I think honestly, and as much as I enjoy our interactions, I think until you show your face to me, even off air, I don't think I can do this anymore. I think I'm done. I'm so sorry. So maybe we can have it where we meet on Facebook or something, and I can see you, and then I'll be okay with it. But until then, I really don't think I can do it. I just feel really vulnerable. Everything in me is saying it's wrong. And I've had the same thing with Lenny. So and thank you, Rick. You really helped me tonight. You made me turn a corner that I think I needed to do. And I'm sorry, JB. I would love to in the future do broadcasts with you, but I need to see you, and maybe we'll do it. We'll have it where, I wish I lived in your town and I can meet you for coffee. I would love that, but
I would love to
it's
have coffee with you also. Someone wrote, Michael, don't take this as being bullied. You know the guy, Onion. What's his name?
yeah,
Yeah, he wrote on Twitch, because this goes
yeah.
to Twitch.
But Rick, if you would like to continue this conversation in the future or directly after this broadcast, but JB, I can't, buddy, until I see you. I'm so sorry, and it's the same with Lenny.
It's
So
okay.
and I think he's gave me clarity that I needed, and I
Can I
think
ask a
that's what
question?
it is. What's that?
We all
Can I ask,
we all
can I
make
ask a
our
question?
choices.
Go ahead, Rick.
I want to ask JB a question. Would you be willing to do a video meetup with just you and Michael and nobody else, even if it's brief? And then, because I think if you did that, Michael will be fine with you.
I would be. But
Sure.
Nobody else, just you
yeah,
two,
that's what I'm
nobody else.
saying on Facebook or something, like alone, like a private chat. So nothing is taken away from you, and you're not. Then I know that it's real. See, to me, I'm questioning everything, and
So
I don't
I have
like
to ask you,
situation.
Michael, what does it matter
It
whether
feels like I'm
I'm
being
black,
catfished. That's
blue, or
if you want to know
yellow?
the truth. If you ever watched that show, Catfish, I feel like I'm being
Yes,
catfished.
yes, but Michael, catfish. What would be the worst case? You were joking and said you could be a woman. I don't know who you are, but let's say that I was a woman. What does it matter? Does it matter how?
My time is super valuable, buddy, and I
Yes,
want to
but
have authentic
but what?
relationships where I can see
Yes,
the person.
yes, Michael. But let's assume that I would show myself just for you and not show myself again. Then you wouldn't see my body language anyway. So
But I
so
at least
why?
would know that the person you told me in the picture is you, and you're not lying.
Okay, I can
Then we could build trust from there. And the other thing
Michael.
is
If,
too, we could talk.
Michael. Michael, if you want, I could show you 100 pictures of
I don't
myself
want.
in my
I
room.
don't want. I
No,
don't want
there you
pictures.
go.
No. If I could have anything, I'd love to go for a coffee with you. That would be beautiful.
Sure,
But I don't live
sure.
there. That would be amazing.
Uh,
Because I really respect your mind, really do. And I think Rick just gave me clarity. It's like, this is so out of my comfort zone, talking to people that I can't see. And this is nothing against you. And I think that's going to be a new rule for me. I'm not going to bring anybody up that's not willing to show their face.
I don't
So
have any problem with that.
I don't know
That
if you
people are
guys
not
know
showing
this,
their
but
face.
you
I
know,
mean,
Sunday Smoke doesn't show his face.
okay.
Right. And him and I had a private meeting because I went through the same thing. I got to see him. We talked for about 20, 30 minutes, and I've been okay ever since.
Well,
And it's still really bizarre for me to have somebody in my broadcast with a mask on, to be honest. But I'm getting over it.
And I would hate to. I like you guys as your interaction with each other, and I would hate for that to stop. So
Yeah, I know.
if you're willing,
I don't think it's a big request. I think it's a really small request.
so
And
yeah,
I don't
JB.
think I don't think I'm being disrespectful at all. I don't feel safe
Yeah.
at
see,
So JB,
all.
make it
but
happen. Make it happen,
Michael,
JB.
what's the
Yeah.
worst case scenario? Give me the worst
Thank.
case scenario.
I don't want to
How
fight
are
about it
you?
anymore. But Rick,
No, no,
if you want to
just
do
tell
something
me.
in the future, connect with me. Thank you, JB. I hope that you know where to get in touch with me. Michael Bathurst on Facebook. Okay, Michael George Bathurst on Facebook. I would love to talk to you one on one. The best. If I could have anything right now, you and I go out for coffee. I would love that. But I can't do that. I don't live there. But if you lived in Toronto, I'd go. I'll meet you in 10 minutes. I'll be there. You tell me where you want to meet. I'll get there as soon as I can, and we'll talk. And I think we'd have a grand old time, no matter what you look like. Okay?
I
Thank
hear
you.
you.
Bye, guys. Thank you, Rick. Thank you. I really enjoyed meeting you.
Yeah.